Yes, good evening. Um,
Okay. Apart from myself, I have three other persons here. Okay, Miss Gloria, Mrs. Gloria, I'm sorry. She just joined us now. So I think we'll start now.
Okay, we are good. Let's start. Let's just start so that people can join in. Yeah, it's a WhatsApp, so we can start.
Good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear
yes,
you.
ma,
Good evening.
Okay, I think more persons are coming online. All right, now our official starts. Good evening, all. Welcome to DGIF Interactive Forum Volume 6. My name is Rukaya Musa. Some of you are familiar with me already, and I think the new persons, I'm still introducing myself. My name is Rukaya Musa. I'm the PR officer of the Century Vibes Global International Foundation, Abuja chapter or Abuja branch. So I want to wish you all a happy new year because I think the last time we spoke was around, I think November or so or October, where we had our last interesting forum on mental health, which was so interesting, and I love speaking to you all. So today we have an amazing topic, an interesting topic, which I want to implore you all to please make sure you engage in it, contribute, listen, and ask questions. But before we proceed, it is good that we honor and acknowledge God's work in our life through prayers. So I will call on Miss Gloria to give us an opening prayer. I don't know if it's Miss or Mrs., but your name is Gloria here. Please give us an opening prayer. Thank you.
As we are starting this, Father, we pray for this blessed day. As we are starting this program, Father, cover this program, we cover this discussion with the blood of Jesus. Father, Lord, we pray blessed faithful, Father, as we start this one of each of every one of us, we give us wisdom and understanding. May you help us to understand, to discuss, to speak, and understand, to teach where we Father, Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much on this evening. And I welcome those of you that are just coming. I wish you all a very beautiful evening. So the topic to be discussed for the DGIF Interactive Forum Volume 6 in 2026, the first topic we are going to discuss is the power of diligence. The power of diligence, small steps, big. This particular topic is divided into two segments, in which Ms. Oluwafunke Olayemi is going to take the first part, and our amiable second speaker, which is a new person to us here, that is Ms. Uchenna Praise, will take the second part of the discussion we are going to be talking about today. So, I'll repeat the topic again. The power of diligence, small steps, big impact. Like it used to be our tradition here to take our pen and paper and jot down some things so that we can ask questions. I'm going to introduce the first speaker, which is not a new person to us here, which is our founder and director of DGIF, Executive Director of the Century Vibes Global International Foundation, a passionate development practitioner, public health expert, community advocate, and change maker. Ms. Oluwafunke brings years of experience in leadership, social impact, and community empowerment. Our work continues to inspire individuals to embrace consistency, accountability, and purpose-driven action for personal and society growth. So Ms. Oluwafunke is going to take the first aspect of this forum, that is the topic. She's going to be presenting the first session, which is she's going to speak for 15 minutes on the topic, which is focused on diligence and personal growth. So, Ms. Oluwafunke Olayemi, over to you, and you have to speak for 15 minutes because we are following time. It is an our program. Thank you, ma.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam Rookie. Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all our youth men, women, partners, speakers, members of DGIF community. It is truly a joy and honor to have you all here as we officially step into the new year together. So, this is actually our first interactive volume session for the year 2026. And at DGIF, as we all know, we are committed to showing up strongly and impactfully. Every youth present here matters to us. So this year is not just a year for DGIF, it's a year of intentional growth, deeper impact, and strong community engagement for your presence. Showing up today, it already shows that we want to move beyond intentions and impact into actions. So I want to actually welcome every one of you, and I sincerely appreciate everyone who has taken time out of their busy schedule to join us today. Your presence here already tells me one thing: you are intentional about your growth, your learning process, and impact. So as we begin this new year, many people are full of resolutions, big dreams, and bold declarations. Can we hear me? I want to confirm if you can hear me. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. So, but the question we must always ask ourselves this year is what truly sustains growth beyond January? We all know January has almost finished. So, what turns intention into results? What separates those who started strong from those who can actually want to finish well? So, that's where today's topic comes in: the power of diligence, small steps, big impact. This is not just a topic, like I said, it is a life principle, a leadership principle, and a development principle that applies to our personal lives, our career, our businesses, and our community. So let me just start by defining diligence. For a start, diligence is consistent effort applied with discipline, responsibility, and focus over time. It is not talent. It is not luck. It is not speed. Like I want to emphasize. I repeat, it is not talent, it is not luck, it is not speed. So diligence is choosing to show up even when you don't feel like. It is committing to small repeated actions even when results are not, immediately visible. I use myself as an example. I run an art entrepreneurship business. Running it was not actually easy, especially as a female artist. People believe it's only male that paint walls and all of that. But through commitment and repeated actions, gradually it became a brand for me. So many people admire success, but very few people repeat the process that produces this success. So diligence also means doing what we need to be done, what needs to be done, what is required, even when no one is watching you. Staying committed when excitement fade away. It's not everybody that will want to clap for you. When you are doing things. Being responsible for your role in any outcome. So in our society today, where diligence is undervalued, when you are doing things and people are not even noticing it, the shortcuts try, but shortcuts do not actually build legacy. They build temporary wins that collapse under pressure and over time. So one of the biggest lies we have been told as people, as human beings, is that impact must be dramatic, right, to be meaningful. But in the real sense, most lasting impact begins quietly. And I know some of you here can actually relate with me on that. So small steps looks like reading 10 pages of books daily. Like you have a big book and you plan to read it. Procrastination might set in, but you are trying as much as possible to ensure that 10 pages you read daily, and before you know, you cover the book. Saving a small amount of money consistently. Showing up early and prepared. Showing up early and prepared means maybe you have a place to go, you have a deadline, you have to be prepared to meet up. They used to always say that first impression matters. So it's very, very important you show up early and prepared to meetings, to places that they require your attention. So, and also learning one new skills at a time is also very, very key. Those are the areas where we can start serving our community in a simple but sincere manner. So I give you another practical example from my hand. Was when I started going for professional courses back then in 2013. And today I tell you that I have over 72 course certificates that has built me, positioned me, and increased my capacity to serve as a leader. So I'm not kind of afraid to take or explore things. It started small, but it's built over time. I wouldn't say it was easy actually. It was not easy. It also cost me a lot, cost intensive and time consuming, but it was worth the sacrifice. So when small steps are repeatedly done daily, they compound, and compounding is powerful, I must say. Small actions, when you're unchecked and well directed, determines your destination. So let's bring it home personally now. Like, I wanted to talk to you personally. Some people want growth, right? We all want growth, but they are not willing to embrace discipline growth demands. Growth demands discipline. Some of the things growth demands is how we manage our time. How do you manage your time? How you manage your habits? How you respond to failure? Definitely failure will come, but how do you actually respond to this failure? How we commit how committed are you in learning? Growth does not just happen by accident, it is intentional. It's something we deliberately do intentionally. So I want to ask all of you one simple question. Like, ask yourself, what small habits do I need to start this year as the year is still fresh? What's that habit I need to do differently? What unhealthy habits do I need to stop? Where have I been inconsistent? Can we try to mute our mic, please? Thank you. So where have I been inconsistent? If for if we fail, when we look inward, for instance, we fail to look inward, and it becomes a negative pattern, a cycle that builds into errors, mistakes, and failures. So it's always good where we will see ourselves. You want to check in yourself. Where have you been inconsistent in your growth, in your personal growth? So personal growth is not about perfection, it's about progress, gradual progress, but intentionally. So let's bring it to the society where we focus on our nation, Nigeria. This is something that we all struggle to understand in the country. We all see how Nigeria is falling apart somehow. In every sector, we need revamping. We need something that could give us that energy as youth, that things should be done differently. So community do not fail over time. Nations do not develop overnight. We can look at emphasis from the Western world. Likewise, they do not grow overnight. It was a gradual thing. It was something they developed. So development requires responsible citizens, as we are doing right now, as we are all gathered, taking little time out of our time to join this meeting, because we know it is something that would trigger our mind, our actions. It requires accountable leadership, consistent civic engagement, something we know we want to do, we want to achieve as a collective body, and collective discipline. You are disciplined with your time. The way we started this meeting, we are not wasting time, we are not waiting for anybody. We know what we want to do, we know what we want to achieve. So patriotism is not just about loving your country in words. It's about showing diligence in your role, whether you are a student, a trader, professional, leader, or volunteer. So when people say the government should fix everything, I usually ask them, what are you consistently personally fixing in your own space? What are you doing differently in your own little corner? So community impact begins with personal responsibility multiplied across many people. So our DGIF is not just in existence. We are not just an NGO existing for no cause reason. We are established to have people like you and I to take our stand, to make each impact and leaving our footprints in communities. And I know some of you that have joined us, that you have not been part of this forum for some time, you will know that we are not just dishing out information, we are dishing out things that would impact your knowledge, that will impact and give you drive and energy, to do something differently in your personal life. So let's be honest, diligence is not easy actually. Some common barriers we may face when we are diligent. Impatient, for instance. Wanting instant results is not easy. When you start that business idea, you want instant results, you want the money coming into your bank account. But we have to be, patient enough to wait, to grow that brand, to grow that idea, to pitch that idea into people that would actually value what you are giving out. So distraction can also set in terms of social media comparison and noise. You know, we are in the social media world where if you immediately you click on your Facebook like this, you will see things that will distract you. You start scrolling, oh, before you know, time has gone. So those are distractions. Those are things that steal away our time. So we need to avoid all those barriers. So we also have fear of failure, you know, avoiding efforts, you know, to avoid disappointment. We are afraid that we don't want to fail. We don't want to disappoint people. So and the last one here is lack of accountability, no structure of no follow through. You know, we need to be accountable as young people. We need to know what we are doing. When somebody give you 1 naira, you know you are using that 1 naira for the same thing that you have discussed with the person. So, but how do we also actually overcome these barriers? Number one, you need to set realistic goals. Most of us have failed to not set goals for ourselves this year. It is very wrong. You must set goals, realistic goals, things you want to achieve. It must not be 10, it must not be 5. 2 goals is okay, and you know that you are following it through, you know, steadily this year, and not goals that will overwhelm you. You know, you need goals that are realistic goals actually, that you know that when you set your mind towards it, you can achieve it. So and also building system, not just talking. Like the way we do now, we already planned this meeting and we know we are driving towards it, working at the background to ensure that you all have a rich, you know, interaction together this evening. So and lastly, celebrating progress, not just outcome. Celebrate the little wins you achieve in your little corner. No, you may think people are not watching you, but to be honest, people are seeing you. People are seeing you daily as you show up. You show up in that shop, you know, selling and all of that. They are seeing what you are doing, and you are doing it with diligence. So I want to leave something with you with my last discussion right now. In the next 2 minutes, I'm done with my discussion. So I want to leave you all with a logical question. What is that one small step you can commit to doing, you know, starting today? What area of your life needs more consistency, not more ideas? You don't need all the whole ideas. One idea or two ideas is okay. But what do you need to do consistently? Like the area of your life that needs consistency. What can you hold accountable this year? After all the whole thing, December will still come, and what are you holding accountable? Who can you hold accountable to help you achieve those goals? You know, impact does not start tomorrow, it starts now. And that is what we are doing, and that is why we are here. And let us also remember that you do not need to do everything at once, like I earlier stated. You only need to do something consistently. The future we desire is built in daily. The year has started already. We are done with January. So but through diligence, discipline and deliberate action, I believe we can all succeed. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Over to you, Sister Ruki.
Thank you so much. I personally enjoy the topic because part of your diligence, or how do I even put it? My experience and tapping from your diligence is something I'm always grateful for. I think 2 days back or 3 days back, we had a discussion, which I appreciate you that my meeting with you has really helped me improve. And I even said I'm going to send my portfolio to you so that you can brag about it, which I've not been able to finish because I do a lot of things, which is something I've learned from you. I am, how do I even say it? I do so many things, and these are part of the things I feel are going to help me improve. Just like she said, it's going to cost you time, it's going to cost you money, it's going to cost you your physical strength, it's going to even cost you your mental health. So I want to give everybody the chance to drop one or two things before we go to our next speaker. That is Miss Uchenna Praise. Miss Uchenna Praise, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm with you, ma'am.
Okay, please, I want you to start getting prepared for your own topic. Everyone, Miss Uchenna Praise is presenting the second session, and the topic focus is practical applications of the diligence in daily life and community impact. Ms. Oluwafunke has introduced us to what diligence is, what it is all about, things we can do with our own personal experience, while Ms. Uchenna Praise is going to give us the practical approach, how we can apply it, because one thing is to listen, another way is to know how to apply. But before she even move on, who can just draw something, just 1 minute contribution to this, because this is an interactive forum. Everyone is supposed to contribute. So even after Miss Uchena prays, say our own contribution to this topic, every other person must speak. That is why we call it interactive forum. So Miss Uchenna, let's just give one person 1 minute to speak before we move on to you. Thank you.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Anyone that wants to speak, that wants to contribute to what Miss Oluwafunke has said, anything, just 1 minute. Are you all there? Please, if you can hear me. Okay. Mr. Jibrin, are you there?
Please, let's feel free to discuss, please.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Desmond, do you want to go?
Do you want to talk? Okay, do you want to give your own contribution to this interactive forum, the topic?
Mr. Desmond, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to say, I mean, I'm really in diligence, and I want to also learn in this life is for you to set your time and go. The year has started. This is the time that we can set our time goals. Things that we need to do and things that we ought not to do within the year in order to not to fall on the wrong side of life. Because to me, I believe that it is goals you set at the beginning of the year that you still follow and you still keep on pushing to the end of the year. And also, there are certain things that we need to learn. Being diligent is one thing, but putting the hard work into it is another thing. I don't know if you have heard me.
Exactly. I like that. Yeah.
Can hear you.
You can do it if you want to do it, but if you put the hard work, it means that your diligence is just not the right one about. You're just doing certain things just for your own. You're
Exactly.
not making an impact.
Exactly. Yeah.
You need to make an impact to follow. What impact have you made that people can emulate?
Yeah.
Is what you need to be looking.
And me
Because
too.
me, I love to make an impact that someone can learn from it. It's
Yeah.
not something I just need to make for my own. I need to make that impact that someone will experience to
Yes.
emulate such experience, even
Yes.
beyond his own experience. That's what we need to carry on with.
Yeah.
So I feel like we need to create an impact that the young ones can emulate from. That's what I feel like we need to do.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. That's amazing. Thank you, Mr. Desmond. Thank you for your wonderful contribution. Thank you so much. So we'll move to the next session immediately. Ms. Uchenna Praise is the founder and enterprise, a dedicated advocate for personal development, young visionary, visionaire. I don't know how to speak French. I don't know. Engagement expert. Uchenna brings practical insights, living, a perspective emphasis translate into meaningful and lasting inputs. So everyone, Ms. Uchenna is going to be presenting for 15 minutes, and the topic focus is practical life and community impact. Over to you, Ms. Uchenna, please. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. Good evening, once again, everyone. My name is Uchenna Grace Chiri, and I'm the founder of the Dozen Languages. I happen to be a French teacher and a language specialist, literacy. Obviously, It's about practical application of diligence in daily life and community impact. Okay. Now, when we talk about change, personal growth, or community development, we often imagine big actions, major projects, and big funding or powerful leaders. We think of something really large, but we tend to forget that these are lasting change very big movements. If at any time you cannot hear me, let me know. Thank you. We will lasting change does not begin in the big movement. It begins with the little things that we do. It begins on ordinary basis, in small decisions, in what we choose to do consistently. I believe the key word here is consistency. Now, understanding diligence. Diligence, like Mampunke has said, is often misunderstood. Diligence is not talent. It has little to do with brilliance, and it is certainly not speed. It is a commitment to do what needs to be done consistently and well, not just consistently but well, because once one doing is one doing well, even when no one is watching. I like James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. I'm a reader. I enjoy reading books. And in his book, Atomic Habits, James Clear said something. He said, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the levels of the system. You do not rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your system." This is a really profound word that has stuck with me over time. We set goals and we try to chase those goals. We think it's about goals. No, it is about the system. The system you put in place to achieve that goal. So you do not rise to the goal that we set. Rather, what determines us is the system we set around the goal toward achieving that goal. Diligence is the system behind success, the quiet structure that supports progress. So diligence is more of system consistent, setting a system that works and sticking to it. It's a quiet structure because it's not loud, but it supports progress. Now, there are different phases of which we're going to be exploring diligence and practical application, and I'm going to begin with daily life, diligence in daily life. First thing we'll look at is personal responsibility. As people, how responsible are we? Diligence shows up when we arrive on time, when we complete tasks thoroughly, and even when we keep small promises. We have to be at work by 8, and then we can also be there by 8. That's diligence. When we ask at work or even at home to complete the task, how soon do we do it? Do we procrastinate or do we do it as and when it needs to be done? And not just about doing the task, how well do we do it? We make promises to ourselves and to people around us. How do we go about fulfilling these promises? Do we do less daily or do we procrastinate? Even when it comes to something that people are doing a laundry. Now, this may seem like very minor things, but they shape character. And Aristotle also said that we are what we do repeatedly. The key word here is repeatedly. We are what we do, not just once, not just twice, but then repeat. System. Again, excellence then it is not an act, but it is a habit. When you want to excel at something, it is not an act. She's quite excellent at what she does. So it is a habit that she has she's put behind the scene. Now, diligence is not built on grand gestures in life, but a diligent life, remember that we are looking at it from the angle of the daily life. Diligent life is not built on grand gestures, but on reliable patterns. And again, I say system. We're also going to look at growth and skill development. You see, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. I'm going to be referring a lot to James Clear's work, Atomic Habits. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. For those of us who are very knowledgeable in maths, we know what compound interest is. It accumulates over time. So when you are centered on improving yourself as a person, your habits also has to be affected. Now, when it compounds, whatever habits that we have, what we become at the end of the day is the accumulation of our habits. Example, we don't need to daily. Personally, I have a commitment to reading 10 pages daily. Now, I'll pick a book in a month and do 10 pages of that daily. By the end of the month, I should be able to finish it. That is diligent. Now, there are days when I don't feel like reading, and I really do have to read because my work as an educator, as a teacher, thrives on how well I read at the end of the day. That's what makes me stand out. What makes me different from your regular classroom teacher. The reading. I even on the days where I do not feel like picking up a book, I just have to do it. That's diligence. It seems very useful, but then voila, it's diligence. Also, practicing a skill consistently. If you are interested in learning something, could be a tech skill, could be even a musical instrument. Practice, consistent practice, and improving by 1%. You see, now when we talk about diligence, we make a big mistake here. We think it is something really big, greatness. We want to be great. Yes, we all want to be great, but an improvement of 1% is also very effective. It shows that my system works, which is why I am able to improve. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We are with you.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Sorry about that. So I was saying that diligence turns effort into mastery over time. I gave an example of me having to read even on the days where I do not feel like it. But over time, it becomes a habit, and then I can call myself a master at what I do. This is the little effort. Motivation will always fade. Motivation doesn't last. We can't thrive on motivation. We can't live life on motivation. You wake up in the morning, you're feeling very power packed and all. And if you're like me before 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., the motivation wanes. It goes away. So you see, it fades. But when you set routine, the routine remains. And that is what's important. We also have to judge the character. It's also a moral. Intelligence is a moral. It's being honest in being small matters, consistency in values, and to being reliable in your conduct. You see, trust is built when someone is consistent. If you're a business person, you can very much testify to that the trust your clients or your customers have for you is built by you being consistent. Personal diligence. We've been exploring diligence across the base set of or within the confines of the personal life. Let's look at how it impacts communities. You see, a community is a group of people who live together in a particular geographical location. But communities do not change first. It's people who have to change first. Why? Because community is about people. But without us, the community doesn't work. So if our community has to be impacted, individuals also have to be impacted. At home, we have to be diligent. Discipline, stability, responsibility. These are the things that diligence creates in our homes. Stability and responsibility. You see, then the home in turn shapes habits, and habits in turn will shape society. So it's hierarchical in a way. It has to flow from. So charity begins at home. So for our community to have to see the impact of diligence, also have a good or a diligent community, we as the people who live in the community also have to be diligent. Now as we work, imagine the workplace where diligence is normal. As a teacher, you see investigation. That's who I am, it's what I do. As a teacher, the heavy task of teaching is in the plan, your lesson plan that you made. The classroom teaching is just like a playground to reflect what you have done. So the work is done alone in your private place. So you see, imagine the teacher who is prepared for the class. That's why we tend to look at the educational sector as a lesser career to follow or something. Now imagine as a teacher you're prepared for a real lesson as a professional in your office or in your business space, you're committed to quality. As a leader, you are accountable in really small things. Small disciplines, like Maxwell said, small disciplines repeatedly lead to great achievement over time. So in your office, in your community, yes, the small discipline you do. Okay, I have to show up by 8 a.m. to work. I have to do this, I have to do that. By midday, I have to finish my reports daily. Now, at the end of the day, the great achievements that we are all chasing is determined by the little things that we do in our private places. Everything that act is a work at work is a contribution to community growth. Every diligent act you carry out in the workplace is an effort you're making to grow into the community. As a teacher, if I'm diligent in my work and my learners are learning as they should, now that is a contribution our family adults at the end of the day. In the community, also diligence shows up when people respect other people and honor communal responsibilities. If we have to come out as a community to clean up, and when we show up as we should show up, we should get done, and diligence is about getting things done. Diligence decays, or communities, sorry, decays through neglect. Individuals become diligent, homes become stable, workplaces improve, and community grows stronger. Diligence is not loud, it's not dramatic, but it is really powerful. And when practiced daily, we leave a legacy. So I'm going to leave us with that on that note. Diligence is not loud, diligence is not dramatic, but it is really powerful. And when we practice diligence daily, we leave a legacy. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much. That was a beautiful one from Miss Uchenna Praise. And I personally love how you simply tell them that you are truly an English teacher and a French teacher. Maybe I'll personally save your contact so that maybe I'll need some of you so that I can work on my accent and you are also speak also. So much. I really enjoyed your presentation and I would love to have you here so many times also. So thank you so much. And I hope everyone has topic. I personally, I feel this topic is what we need to start this January because I believe in creating targets for every year. Okay, these are the things I want to achieve, and I must achieve it. I started this year with my 2026 plan, and to me, I am just focused making sure that I achieve this plan because I believe if you don't plan, how is it even said? If you don't plan, that means you plan to what fail. So please, everything that has been said, we should try to put it in practice, and we should try to make more research and do self introspection. So I'll give the opportunity for questions for the audience, the members of the forum who have been listening since to ask questions. After asking questions, please drop your contributions. So the floor is open for everybody to speak. Thank you.
So are we there? Who wants to contribute?
Are you with me?
Should I start mentioning names? Okay, Mr. Jibril, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity and the privilege to be here. I was so blessed. I was so transformed by the presentation. Thank you so much for such a moment. Okay, so mine is just a question. Just want to ask a question. Are the keys? What are the keys an individual can apply or engage to be consistent or to be focused in his plans? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You said what are the keys, right? Mm-hmm.
Yes, the keys of consistency.
Okay, I will take that for you. I think I mentioned that during my discussion. I don't know if you were taking note of that. So I mentioned that you need to set realistic goals. That's number one. You ensure to set realistic goals for yourself. As January hits the plate, you have to ensure that you are not making just goals, but realistic ones. Things that you can actually achieve in the next, few quarters of the year. We have like 4 quarters in the year: quarter one, two, three, and four. So when you hit quarter one, what are you trying to achieve in quarter one? The realistic goals you want to attain. And if you are not being able to achieve it for that period of time, you can actually extend it beyond, quarter one. So it's very, very important that you make realistic goals. Those are the some of the keys you need to apply. Then another strong key you need to apply is surround yourself with accountable people. People that will push you into doing extraordinary things. People that won't look less of you, like people that will not delay. They used to say that, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. So that's a very strong, proverb there. So you need to surround yourself with people that will push you to doing things that you normally not you are not required to actually do. Then less of talking, into action. You have to try as much as possible to go through actions, not just talking. Most of us, we are sweet talkers. We can talk very well, but at the end of the day, when it's time for you to practicalize it, it's very, very, wrong. So we need to ensure we also do that. I think you have answered your question, right? Thank you, Mr. Jibril.
Please, I would entertain more questions. Please ask questions. Drop your contributions. Thank you so much.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
My name
Mr.
is
Sam. You're
Samuel.
welcome. Thank you.
So, I would first of all want to appreciate both the first and second speaker. Though I joined late for the first speaker, but the second one I really want to appreciate, especially some points I was able to note down, which is you do not rise to the level of your growth. You do not rise to the level of your growth. You grow to the level of your consistency. I want to that was a very good one, and also your improvement of 1% is very important. Among others points. So these are just one of the very two that I love so much. So, but now that secondly, then I want to ask a question. What among one of the keys of consistency, if I'm not wrong, that Ms. Funke just mentioned. Now, so we talked about having accountability people around you. To me, I believe it's one thing to have accountability persons around you. But of course, in the world of this, everyone is, up ahead trying to get his own. So in other words, people feel like they are more accountable. I say that people say that they are more accountable to you when they are specifically, in terms of, let me use an example, mentorship. You can really say that you are accountable to your mentor specifically. Every other person can be a mirror to be. So the question is this: is there any particular step or any kind of features that one should look at for when looking for a accountability partner, or is there any way that one can work out, and how can you really get an accountability partner? Thank you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Very well.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I love that question actually. So it's not actually easy getting people that are accountable. So but by footprints, you can actually know the kind of person you want to pick as a mentor or somebody you want to pick as a friend. Through observation, it's very, very key you observe the kind of relationship you want to do. Like for me, I usually define my relationship. Apparently, I actually have one or two, relationship with almost all of you, one way or the other. We connect one way or the other, and I place value in that relationship where there are boundaries, there are ways we interact on different levels. So for me, you need to define your relationship, you need to define the kind of person you want to see in your space so that that person can also be accountable for your growth. Do you understand? You are going to be accountable for each other growth. So anybody that is not impacting your life in that level, I don't think is ready to move you forward. And I don't think there's also that time for you to keep wasting with that person. So, and that is why they usually say that you need to drop off some people that are, pulling you back. So you need to look at the kind of relationship you have for yourself. Okay. Yeah, I think I have addressed
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Oluwafunke. To contribute to this, I believe that the company you keep, your circle determines how your life will go. Like I would want to add again, everything you involve yourself in, or any of your indulgence has a way of reflecting in your life. Like it mirrors what you put in life mirrors back to you. So please, we should try to keep good company. And when we notice that this company is not working for, don't even think twice. Just strategize and know how to take yourself out of it. So please, if you have more contributions, questions, please feel free to contribute.
I
This
can
is an
see Miss
interactive
Becky online.
forum.
Yeah. Staruki, I can see
Okay,
Miss Becky.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's online.
Yeah.
Miss Becky, welcome. Good evening, ma'am. Okay, sorry I came late. There's no problem. I want to say we miss you here and we are waiting for your contribution. So thank you so much for contributing. Thank you. Thank you. Right, yeah. You're welcome. Please, we want your contribution. Thank you so much. Okay, sorry, I'm just coming in, so I don't know what was said. Like, you can. Okay, I think I should brief you, and I think other persons are also coming. So we had a beautiful talk on power of diligence, small step, big impact, in which we discussed how to improve ourselves personally and steps to take and what it the implications and the effort we need to put to build ourselves. Ms. Oluwapunke Olayemi took the first segment of the session, and Ms. Uchenna Praise also took the second session. And what we are basically talking about generally is self improvement, steps to take, and all that. Especially as we are starting this new year, having new year plans, new year resolution, and all that. So, we'd like to have your beautiful contribution from this little explanation that I've given. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ma. Okay. Let me just say something. When I joined in, I think I still heard Mrs. Funke talked about um, um, looking forward to see how would I put it? Okay, she was talking about having someone as a footprint, like who is your leader, who do you look up to, and even if you're looking up to someone, and the person is not mentoring you the way it should go, or the person is not even having you at heart, like being intentional about your growth. It's better you leave because you are not gaining anything from the person, you are not building capacity from the person or strengthening capacity from the person, you are not being impacted. So it's not wasting your time for personal growth. It's better you look up to someone that can mentor you in a right way and can also be your footprint so that other people that are looking up to you can also gain more impact in you because of the ones you are looking up to ahead and all of that. So for me, generally, we have different kinds of leadership skills, models, and all of that. But I was opportune to be at a training today where they spoke about leadership role model. And the particular leadership model that really caught my attention was the people-centered leadership model. Now, that people-centered leadership model is talking about teamwork. It's talking about collaboration, partnership. Now, when you collaborate with people of the same like mind, you begin to get different kinds of ideas, different kinds of impacts. Now you're not just dealing with just one person or only you, but you have collective team or collective group of community or people that you look up to or you work together to achieve a certain goal
or a certain objective or mission or vision of a particular thing you are aiming to ascertain, at that level, there is no way you will go. There's no way you will not be impacted because you are getting different ideas. You are strengthening. You are getting different ideas from different people. You are getting different resources from different people, and that helps build your self development faster than just when you are looking up to or forcing yourself to forcing yourself to someone for the person to become your mentor and the person to even solve. You get. And another thing again is how are you and why is if you are purpose driven, why is that purpose? As in, why did you choose to be driven by that particular purpose? Let's say, for instance, you want to be a leader in your community. Why do you want to be a leader in your community? What inspired you to be a leader in your community? Who are the set of people that you've seen leader and been able to pass through all the leadership skills and has achieved a lot in the leadership position, and you are emulating why and what is the purpose, and that's the purpose of the purpose of what you want to become, or your leadership position or skills, or what you are attaining to become. Why is it so? Now they now have different kinds of leadership. They have the north, the west, the south. How is your power like? How do you want to lead, right? How do you want to lead? Number one, you need to be self equipped. You need to be you need to have self awareness. You right, get. You need to have self awareness for you to be able to know that even if somebody is even telling you go like this, go left, go right, and you too, because of the fact that you are people and know this part is not it. You know that yes, you are going to. That's the fact that you have that purpose and vision already written down. You know that you cannot just fall by the wayside. Let me just put it like that in a layman language. In as much as you're looking up to somebody, is the one you want to see if you receive, the one you want to take, you will take, that aligns to your purpose. And that's where diligence comes in. That's when accountability comes in. That's where transparency comes in. And that's where discipline comes in. When they said it is green, it is green. In as much as that person is your leader and the person is doing yellow, and you know that it is the green, in as much as you are following the person, but how do you do it? You use wisdom. That's where emotional intelligence now comes in. So it encompasses. It encompasses. So I think that's just my little contribution. Let me not just take I know about that.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Becky. Thank you so much. So, Miss Uchenna, praise. Is there something you need to add again? And for the audience listening, please, if there's anything you need to add again, please please just do that, and so that we'll be able to conclude this forum. And just before we go, Miss Geraldine, can you hear me? Miss Geraldine, can you hear me? It's very well. Okay, good evening, Miss Geraldine. Am I correct? Miss. So please, you are going to give us a prayer. However, the founder, Mr. Oluwafunmi, she will give us a prayer. So please, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. I sincerely appreciate our gathering this evening. It's quite very inspiring from all the contributions and the question asked. Thank you, Miss Uchenna. Thank you so much for creating that time out to speak to us today. We really appreciate that a lot. You don't know what you have actually sacrificed today, and it's going to go a long way. Like we usually do, we are going to be posting our conversation on YouTube so that it's going to be there forever, like an archive and all of that. So at DGIF, our commitment this year is bigger and better, and more in fact impactful engagement with our communities. So we are going to be doing more of interaction this year. But that vision can only be achieved if each of us commit to showing up like we have done today, staying consistent and taking responsibility for our own part. So let us be a generation that values process, respects consistency, and also understand that that small steps, when taken diligently, can create big, big, big impact. So thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your presence. We really appreciate, and I look forward to seeing more of our engagement. Thank you, our moderator. We really appreciate your time. Thank you for all that you have done today. We really appreciate you. Yeah, thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening. So over to you, Mrs. Geraldine, for your closing prayer. Yeah.
that 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 commission commission we said and not that in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Over to you, Rookie. So close. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. God bless you for your wonderful contribution. And I know that you have learned one. I want us to practice all we have learned. And I pray Almighty God make things easy for every one of us. I would love to have you here and so many other persons. Please, I want you all to always refer people to this them, but I hardly see turnover, but I think I'll start how do I say it? Make people to be committed to attending. So please, we should always inform people, we post, share, so that people can also come also and benefit from this wonderful interactive
Yes, very, very
forum.
important. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
and I wish you all in I think volume 7 or so.
Yes,
Use
volume
those
7
topics
is
also.
coming in
Thank you
February.
so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Volume 7. Yes, yes, thank you so much, and God bless you all. Till next time. Bye.
Bye. Enjoy your evening. Happy weekend. Bye.